Hi, folks. Brian here. There's so much going on with me, the podcast right now. I want to tell you a few things. Ninja Sex Party is going on tour. Most of the cities are sold out, but some still have tickets left. NinjaSexParty.com. I'm also doing some side shows on off nights. It'll be me and maybe some tour people will show up. I don't know. You can get those tickets at TreyMagnifique.com/tour. That's Trey, Trey. And also we have a Patreon for this podcast, Patreon.com/Late Night. Sign up there at any tier to get video episodes, ad-free versions of the audio, and other fun stuff. All right. As always, thank you for your support and enjoy the show. Are we beginning with that wistful sigh?
I don't know. Maybe we are. That's kind of the energy. It's a little rainy out. It's a little overcast. I've got construction happening on multiple sides.
Of your body. Yeah.
Yeah. There's scaffolding around my person as things are being developed.
Well, you're young. You'll get over it.
Yeah. And the rent, this is not a rent controlled situation here.
Yeah.
Brian, when you're in an Uber or a Lyft or what have you, and the person driving asks you what you do, what do you say?
Well, sometimes I do say, I sometimes I'm honest and I say what I would say is I'm a musician. If I'm being honest. If I don't want to deal with it, actually, I'm bad at lying, except to my wife, but otherwise I generally don't like to fib. But I understand that it's, especially in LA, if you tell someone you're in the entertainment industry, you are begging for a problem. So I don't know. I don't have a good response. Sometimes I say you know what I could say, and I think I have said this, I'm a scientist, which is also true after a fashion.
Yeah, I think because this is a conversation that I was having with.
Yeah, please continue.
No, sorry. What were you going to say?
I was going to say your go-to answer is probably just lots of stuff, but I'm also single. Right.
Aaron and I were talking about this the other night, and we were circling around like, what is the answer that's still true, but that prevents follow-up questions? And I thought that his answer was perfect.
Which is?
He says that the thing that works out the best and that leads to zero follow-up questions is saying that he's a comedian.
Really? Zero follow-up questions?
I know. And I was shocked, but apparently for him it works really well and people don't ask.
Well, I think Aaron is, as we have talked about, genuinely the nicest and kindest person I know. Yeah. But also when you meet him in person, he has, by his own admission, resting bitch face, and I've heard him say this, and when you hang out with him, sometimes the vibe is like he sort of has a don't talk to me vibe in public, I would say. Not with, I
suppose.
Yeah. Which is not true. Like he's such a sweet guy, but I think he also has a vibe that does not necessarily invite further conversation. Which is not a criticism in any sense. Some people just have that talk to me vibe and some people don't. And I don't think he has a
Apparently,
talk to me vibe.
I have the talk to me vibe despite having severe resting depression face. There is I genuinely have to catch myself in public because my resting expression is.
Yeah. Wait. Hold on. Rich, zoom in on this. Go. Give up.
That's what I catch myself
doing.
Really
good one.
That's because that's how my face looks most of the time.
What is my resting expression? I mean, there's a lot of of Don Knotts style reaction shots.
Yeah. What else?
Well, I can go regal like that.
Yeah,
Right.
sitting for a royal portrait with your 17 dogs.
Yep, uncomfortable staring, which is kind of a skill. Yeah. Sometimes I have a off-putting smile.
You're right. That is off-putting. Stop that. Stop it. Stop. Thank you.
I couldn't look at myself do it.
Honestly, incredible. New Five Nights at Freddy's game announced. It's just Brian making that face.
Something I've done with Audrey ever since she was little is she loves this. She like lays on the ground or a bed or something like that, and I put my arms on her sides and I like lift myself up and I kind of stare directly into her eyes, and she's like, what's going on? And then I drop down and catch myself like in push-up position while screaming, wah! And she thinks it's the funniest thing ever. Like it's controlled surprise. And she will just she like loses her mind cackling whenever I do it. It's
very sweet.
Yes. And then the buildup is like, oh no, oh no, oh no. She actually says this out loud. Oh no, oh no, oh no. It's very cute. But sometimes I'll do that smile for her and she hates it.
Yeah, I hate it also. Never do that again. Stop it. This is so upsetting. If they were going to turn you into like a Madame Tussauds wax figure, that would be the face.
Does the beard make it worse or better?
I think it helps like hide the corners of the mouth, which is part of why that's so upsetting. It's giving a little animatronic, as I said before.
Mm-hmm. Well, what's your Uber answer?
Oh, I am a little similarly to you. I don't like lying. I think maintaining a safe distance of please don't talk to me in an Uber is like the one place I feel okay doing it. And also coffee shops where I don't want to say my name. Just, these are like quick transactional situations in which I just don't want to deal with it. Mm-hmm. But if they ask, the answer is freelancer. And then
that's good. Yeah.
Inevitably like, what do you do though? It's freelance writing. And then if they keep going, it's like, like copy editing for ads and stuff.
Pharmaceuticals.
Easy. They don't want to hear about it. Mm-hmm. And that is the easy way to go, because I don't want to talk about game development at all. Mm-hmm. And also that is unfortunately a zone in which the times that I've answered that question honestly, the incidence of likelihood of person hitting on me goes up by like 70%.
Of course. Yes. No, that's right. And they're already pretty high, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's great. I love it. Mm-hmm. And similarly with the resting depression face that I have, that will also invite like, are you okay? Like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm doing great.
A question I don't know if I've ever asked a stranger, are you okay? Unless they're like, dripping blood, in which the answer is no, they're not okay. Then the question should be, can I help?
Oh, I thought you were going to say, can I have some?
Yeah. Excuse me. I'm so sorry to bother you. I noticed you're injured. That looks so good. Can I just get a little tasty taste of that blood?
Can Daddy get in on that?
Yeah. Can Daddy have a little slurp? Just give Daddy a slurp. Come on. It'll make me feel so much better. Hold on. I'm going to eat an Altoid. I don't think I've ever done this on this show before.
Really? Is your own breath being oppressive to you right now?
I like mints, and I learned the other day, it's not pronounced Altoids, it's pronounced Altwads.
Yeah, as opposed to regular
Patreon
twads,
exclusive. Yeah. Altwads.
Yeah.
Altwads.
Mm-hmm.
Writing that down. Okay, great. Altwads has been written
Is that
down.
wintergreen or spearmint?
This is neither. It's peppermint.
Oh.
The
It's
green
so
ones,
weird that it's in a red tin for peppermint.
green ones are
too.
fucking stupid. I don't like the green ones.
To each their own. See, because I'm a cinnamon Altoids girl, and I know that you're a cinnamon hater.
I'm a cinnamon hater.
Do you like Listerine strips?
I'll take one if I need one, but
Listerine
I don't.
strips?
I like the texture of a mint. I don't like the texture of. I don't like a thin, like membrane that I put inside my mouth only to have it mysteriously disappear. It's unsettling. Like a goopy
Yeah,
thin
that's why
membrane.
I like Listerine strips.
Yeah, right. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
mint,
because
like
you
mint's got
you
some
lacquer
heft
it
to
to the roof of your mouth, and until it's gone, it's gonna be slimy and gross and minty. But it truly does blast your mouth with minty freshness.
That's true. No, that is true. So actually, I guess I'm eating mints right now because I went to lunch with, as I mentioned before, a friend of the show, David Calcano, and a truly wonderful guy from Fantunes and a close friend. And we went to Versailles, which is a Cuban restaurant here in Los Angeles. And I had their garlic roasted pork,
Lovely.
which was fucking awesome. And I really enjoyed. But I realized, I was like, why am I eating so many
That
mints?
is a
It's because
job
I
for Altoids.
annihilated my mouth with garlic. Yeah.
So I want to introduce the show. This is Late Night with Brian Wecht. Hi, I'm Leighton, resting depression face haver. That is
You? Sorry. At the
you
me.
and you.
Sorry, I forgot my catchphrase. What up, big dogs? It's Brian Wecht, and I'm here, barking at you all night long.
Wow, I love that. The internet
Wait,
is
I'm
kind
not
of
done.
interneting a little
I'm
bit.
not done. Woof
Oh.
woof bark bark.
Grr.
Yeah, there it is. Actually, that's better. Woof woof bark bark grr.
Yeah. Well,
wish I
second,
had
I
my
wanted to
soundboard.
introduce.
Yes.
I know you do. I want to introduce a new segment
Oh.
that I'm right now deciding is called Frag Grenade.
Frag.
And here's the intro. Yes.
FRAG.
Here's yes.
Just spell
Let
your.
me put the intro-
Don't act like me asking for clarification is an imposition. When you're making up a word and introducing a segment with it, all I'm asking for here, and don't give me that look. All I'm asking for here is a little bit of clarity for fucking once on this show.
A
sorry,
frag
please
grenade. Is this
continue.
not?
I've never heard this phrase before.
God, no.
What, did I ruin your
Ever
segment?
played a video game?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck it. Fine. I don't need to do a new segment.
No,
That's
I want.
fine. I don't need
now
to.
I want
It's
it
fine.
more than anything I've ever wanted. Now that you don't want to do it, please.
All right.
So,
well,
what's
welcome
what's a frag grenade?
welcome to Frag Grenade, which is the segment where I talk about fragrances.
Frag grenade. Frag grenade. Okay, there we go. That's all I needed to know. What's a frag grenade, though?
It's a fragmentation grenade. It's a grenade
So
that
it-
blows up and it hits you with pieces. What?
It blows up. It blows up. It blows up and shoots shards everywhere.
Yeah.
Is that not what a non-frag grenade does?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
No, I'm legitimately asking.
No, I'm Googling to clarify this for you.
What's the difference between a frag grenade and a non-frag grenade? Despite
fucking know.
Other than the lack of fragness, what is the difference? And
Because
by
a
the way,
grenade
don't
generally
don't
is a s-
ask,
is a
don't
s-
ask,
is-
don't act like me asking for clarification is some kind of attack.
Grenade generally is a small explosive weapon typically thrown by hand.
Okay,
An
not in my case.
M67 grenade is a fragmentation hand grenade used by the United States military. There you
Okay.
go. There's your answer.
Quite that actually didn't answer my question at all, but fine, I accept the answer. Let's enjoy your brand new segment, Frag Grenade, where you talk about fragrances. So, please continue.
Yeah. Here we are. I want to talk about some fragrances
Yeah.
because I got an order from Scent Split, which lets you buy, expensive perfumes, but you get a
Oh,
little
shit. A
1
sampler.
milliliter, so you can sample it without committing to a full bottle because fragrances are extremely expensive. And a thing that excited me about this order is that I've been wanting to try this particular fragrance for a long time. And we've talked about a similar fragrance a while ago on the show, which was Secretions Magnifiques, which is the blood and cum perfume. And there's this brand called Toscabat, or I guess, I don't know, brand question mark. It's a line of perfumes that are sort of like intended as art pieces and not necessarily as wearable fragrances.
So they're
I think a couple of them
weird
are.
smells.
They're weird smells, and every time Secretions comes up, people talk about this other one, which is Toscabat Inexcusable Evil, which I have right here in
Oh, my.
2 milliliter form. So I sprayed this on paper earlier, which was a mistake. Buying this was a mistake.
Why? What does it smell like?
So I believe that the concept behind this perfume is generally war crimes. I'll read
real?
you.
Wait.
I'm serious. Yeah, there's like a poem talking about the idea behind it that I won't read, but I'll read you the notes. So top notes: gunpowder, ozonic notes, middle notes, blood, iodine,
Oh, my.
a couple of other things that are like compounds, base notes, concrete, incense, rain notes, sandalwood.
Are these, wait, okay. You're going to have to back up 1 second.
Yeah.
These, what types of notes were those? I don't know anything about this. Is that standard terminology?
Yeah. So for fragrances, there's the top note, the middle note, and the base note. It kind of, it's sort of like, what is the primary forward scent of this fragrance?
That's top.
Yes. What's middle is, and then base is sort of like what's at the bottom and you're kind of smelling last.
Did you say ozonic?
Yes.
Is that the same as middle, or that's a different?
No, that's a specific note.
Oh, I see.
That's like, the picture on Fragrantica for that is like a picture of the sky.
I see.
I don't know how to particularly nail an ozonic note down, but it's basically like
Is it like
fresh
electricity?
No, it's sort of like a fresh, clean air smell.
Okay.
But that can go like a little bit more chemical.
Interesting.
In certain ways. Like I have some that have that note and like I know what it's talking about.
That's cool.
Anyway, sprayed this on paper because whenever I get a new scent, you want to do the paper spray before it goes on your skin so
Yep.
you can get an idea of like, okay, is this horrible? Do I actually want to put this on my skin? And then if it's not horrible, you put it on your skin, and that's sort of where the delineation of top, middle. I don't even want to touch this thing. I'm so scared that there's some on the outside of it and it's on my hands. No, okay, thank God.
That's how bad it is?
Yes, we're gonna get into it, but then you put it on your skin because the way that what's cool about fragrances is that they smell different on everyone. A fragrance will interact with your skin, and something that smells really good on one person and a certain way on one person will smell totally different on someone else. Some
Right.
people, with the variations between top, middle, and base notes, some people more of the base notes come out. And also over time, a few hours in or whatever, the scent kind of evolves.
And that's because we all have kind of our own individual chemistries going on and scents and skin, blah, 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 that sort of stuff.
Yeah. So it's like a fun subjective zone and interesting to see what things interact with your skin well, because there's some that smell great on paper, bad on your skin, some that smell really bad on paper and then on your skin are amazing. It's kind of magical. Anyway, so Inexcusable Evil, I've been really excited about this. The comments on Fragrantica, which is like the perfume review site, it's like Letterboxd for perfumes, and it is one of my favorite niche places to read people talking about things because due to the nature of how subjective scents are and what memories they can bring up, the reviews are generally... What the fuck? Do you
Was
hear
that a vehicle or a drill?
That's a drill. You fucking serious? The moment I start talking in earnest again, it's going to start. Anyway, whatever, fuck it. Fragrantica is a great website. Anyway, all of the comments are people being like, this genuinely smells scary. And I was like, okay, pussies, no way. I sprayed this on paper and smelled it and immediately went, that's fucking scary. There is something about this that hits something in the lizard brain that instantly primitive brain was like, no, 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 bad, not good, bad, evil.
Really?
Like,
I really want to smell this now. A sentence I've never said
I
before.
know. Next time I see you, I'll bring it, because straight off, it's like screechy hospital iodine alcohol, like rubbing alcohol.
Bad, yeah.
Into the blood, like rust, not even like fresh blood, like old blood.
Gross.
With the smoky, it's not just gunpowder, it smells like something organic burning.
Ugh.
And I sprayed it on paper and I put it down, and I kept, like, all this morning, I kept coming back to smell it of like, is it as bad as I remember? Yep. Okay. Bad. Not good.
Does this still hurt when I do it?
Yeah, exactly. I did take the piece of paper and take it outside because I don't want it in here for me to keep coming over to smell it. There's no way in hell I am putting this on my skin, even though I'm very curious how it would change over time. I'm also curious, I sprayed this a few hours ago on the paper. I'm curious what the paper smells like now.
Yeah.
But I can't do it. I'm not.
It's that bad.
It's that bad. And it's not just that it's scary. It's like, it's unpleasant.
Wait. And you ordered, it was not part of a larger sampler you got by accident.
No.
You ordered it specifically because people were complaining about
We're
it.
saying that it's scary. Yeah.
This is great.
So,
okay. Very on brand. Yep. Love it.
Successful does exactly what it states, which is, this is inexcusable evil, the war crime perfume.
Wow.
So.
And what's the name of it again?
Inexcusable evil.
Oh, okay. That is the name. Yeah.
Yeah. So spot on. I feel like I'm going to have to put this in a plastic bag and away from my other shit. Because thank God I didn't get one of these little 1 milliliters of it, because you have to like pull the little, it's one of the
and it
little
would come out.
sticks.
Yeah.
If I had opened that and it had gotten all over my hands and chair and clothes, burning it.
Wow. That bad.
Yeah, it's very, very unpleasant, and it reminds me of being in the hospital.
Crazy.
Yeah, so I'm really impressed with it. That's exactly what I wanted from it, but now it's like, well, this is basically only useful to either have friends smell it and be like, that's fucked up, or to really ruin someone's day if I were to get into some hijinks with this.
Dump it in a car.
Yes, like that.
The next Uber. Okay, here's your strategy.
Oh my God.
The next Uber you're in, where someone pulls some uncool shit, you're carrying this thing around, and you just dump it under a seat, and just before you're about to get out of the car, dump it under a seat and run.
I feel like I'd get charged a cleaning fee. Honestly, it's
Not if they can't find it.
Oh, that's true.
And then if they get in touch with you, you can say, I just smell like that.
Yeah,
and
sorry you're so offended by my natural odor.
Yeah, that's right. I can't help that. That's biochemical, right? What's wrong? Are you a misogynist?
So, like, when you go to the Halloween Horror Nights houses, a thing they've been doing in the past couple of years is some of the houses will have like rooms where they're piping in a smell, and it's not scary, it's just something gross. So there'll like vomit smell in the Exorcist house, or like a meat smell in the Texas Chainsaw one, and it's really unpleasant, but not in sort of like the prank bottles of like fart smell that you can get. It's more of like a gross out thing. If they put these in a haunted house, holy shit,
Wow.
It would be effective. It would be effective.
If you could design the Leighton Gray scent, not like your favorite scent, but you're designing a perfume without regard for how you'd actually do it. But what are the notes?
let's see. There's definitely there's a coffee note in it, like a really
Wait,
sugary.
what are the options? Top, middle, and base?
Top, middle, and base. Yeah.
Okay. Coffee is the top note?
Middle note.
Middle note. Okay.
Starbucks latte is the specific one that I'll go for here. Base note, cigarette.
Okay.
Middle note, weed vape.
Wait. Sorry. The coffee was top. No.
Yes.
Okay.
No, it was middle. I don't know. I'm not really thinking about this too much.
I wrote it as middle. I think the top note is weed vape. That's great. Yeah.
Okay,
Top
cool.
note weed vape. Middle note Starbucks latte. Bottom note cigarettes.
Yes, and this is not me describing how I smell per se.
You do not smell like this. No.
Thanks, appreciate it. But just I'm trying to get I'm trying to get a general a vibe here. So what's another weird one that I can put in?
Dog
I'm
hair.
gonna do no, because that's real. Maybe a middle note is like plastic, because like specifically keyboard plastic or
Oh, I
like
like
old
that. Okay.
electronic plastic. Let's see. I
Like
think I have a
cathode
big-
ray tube.
Ooh, yeah, okay, or like electrical fire.
Yeah, yeah, burning electricity. I like that.
Yeah, okay, that's good. Maybe like salt. One of them is salt. This is for
Salt. Okay.
snackies, like chips or something. You know, there's a snack and coffee element to this. Maybe I'll put in like, how do I describe this? Like a metal smell. Like, folks at home, when you have a really cheap piece of not gold plated jewelry, because that's a little too nice, but like metal that is made to look gold plated and it has that weird like nickel-y smell, that
So what I have written down here is weed vape, coffee, Starbucks latte, keyboard plastic, salt, metal, and cigarettes.
yeah, sure, done.
All right. Well, I guess we got to do this for me now too.
Yeah, what are yours?
Well, top note. Let's see. Probably. Well, do I want to turn this into a bit? I really want to turn this into a bit.
I know you do.
I want
know
to do
you
it so bad. I mean, I'm tempted to just go with the classic 3, come sweat and tears, but I don't know if that's
that exists already. So
yeah.
no.
See, it's got to.
No, I mean, it specifically exists. It's Secretions Magnifiques.
It's a natural one. It's an obvious choice. I don't know. Like, what are my smells? I feel
Well,
like
if you're
I
going
have
for bit,
concepts. I have concepts.
mayo.
Yeah, top note of mayo, with a middle note of Kewpie mayo, and a bottom note of old mayo.
All right, how old?
Well, at some point it stops becoming mayo, so let's say a week, where it's in that nice, juicy, kind of interstitial liminal phase, where it's still like straight up yummy, but you really shouldn't eat it, but you're definitely going to eat it.
Yeah.
Okay. But no,
What
let's
else?
do this for real. This is actually a hard. I don't think of myself as a very fragrance forward.
I think you would have
person.
like a boozy note.
I like bourbon is good. I like bourbon. The
Bourbon
idea
is
of
a
bourbon.
a
Yep.
common perfume or fragrance note, so that's a good one.
I like that.
What candle scents do you like / connect with?
That's a good question. I typically go for more like woodsy, kind of
Okay.
like not quite pine, because I feel like pine, you think of that car air freshener, but like
Sure.
a
But
fresh
what about like
out.
cedar?
Not quite. No. I hardly know her. I'm trying to maybe like a here's a good one, like a little fire, like a campfire.
Okay, smoke.
Little
Okay, campfire.
Campfire
Like
smoke.
that.
Yep, campfire. Not that I spend a lot of time camping, but I like the smell.
Sure.
What else? Maybe like steak. Maybe.
Okay, interesting.
It's not really me though.
Yeah.
Just trying to. What do I like the smell of? Oh, you know what I like? Eucalyptus.
Okay, interesting.
Throw in
Wild
a
card.
eucalyptus. I hardly
you got-
know her.
Bourbon, campfire, eucalyptus,
And desperation.
and desperation.
Yeah.
I think that's a good one. Honestly, those notes are very similar to. Is it By the Fireplace or is it Jazz Club? There's like.
Of course, there we go. Fucking jazz club. That's what I want. What I don't like, I'll tell you what I don't like typically.
Okay.
I don't like anything super floral.
Mm-hmm.
That's not. I'm not
Neither
into
do
it. I don't like sandalwood. A little is okay, but not too much. I really don't like I like mints, but I don't like peppermint scented things.
Right.
And I really, as you know, don't like any of the fun scents: cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice. Anything holidays scented is a big no for me.
Yeah, you know what? I don't really like mint scented things either. Like I have Versace Eros, which is a vanilla mint one, which just it's like
What a terrible name.
it is. It's considered sort of like a fuckboy clubbing fragrance, but it just smells like toothpaste. I do have Eldo, You or Someone Like You, which is sort of like mint and green tea. Like it smells
Oh, I
like
could maybe see
minty
that.
green tea. It's really nice. It's not really my vibe, but it's nice to have it around.
You know what?
to
I can look at. Give me one moment here, just a second.
do it. In the interim, while Brian's gone, we'll see if. Oh, I thought he was like leaving. What do you have?
Here are 2 candle scents I like that I have in my.
Okay.
This candle is blue verbena and lime.
Nice.
Does it say? It says sugared lime, zesty verbena. This type is so small, and garden thyme. All right, I like that. I don't know if I put it in a perfume, but whatever. And this is velvet amber woods from Bath and Body Works, and that's all it
Nice.
says.
I like that one.
It does say it's a scented candle made with natural essential oils.
Right, and you love those for everything.
Oh, I love them. I can't get enough. Drink them up constantly. Yum, yum, yum.
I think we have a pretty easy go-to for the late night perfume, which would be like a
Danny Elfman body
peach.
sweat.
Maybe something a little bit less litigious, like a peach, but not maybe like a peach Melba, not a straight up like peach synthetic peach note because those get a little screechy.
Yes, synthetic peach smells are bad.
It's not like a peach ring, so like that's been permanently ruined by vapes.
But we've got the citrus, the lemon smell. Those are often good, right? Like a Mr. Clean type smell.
Yeah. What is it? What's the Dolce & Gabbana one that I'm thinking of? Light blue Dolce & Gabbana is a citrus scent that I wish I liked, but it smells like floor cleaner to me.
Yeah, I think these are good smells. So I think I like this segment that I came up with, Frag Grenade.
Yeah,
I think is really, really good, and I think it's got legs, as they say.
it does. This other one, let's see. There are a few other ones that I wanted to talk about. This one's called Deep Dark Vanilla by DS and Durga, which I thought that I would like because vanilla is one of my favorite notes. Like one of my favorite fragrances I have is the Nest Madagascar Vanilla. Once this is gone, I will buy a full bottle because it rules. This Deep Dark Vanilla, it smells like a head shop. It's like a cloying fake incense vanilla, which
Hey.
hate.
Yes, agree. Incense a little goes a long way with incense.
Yeah, I actually have a perfume called Leighton here.
Oh,
Let's see.
which you did not name. You bought something called Layton, spelled
No,
the way
it's
you spell it.
No, it's Lay.
So like professor.
I haven't. Oh, fuck. Oh, that got all over my hands. Please don't smell bad. Okay, that's nice.
Describe.
I haven't put it on paper. I'm just smelling it right out of the bottle and my hands now. It's like
do it like a reaction video for a song.
Okay.
There we go. Yes, thank you. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Yes, of course it is.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, this is all over my hands now. I don't know what the notes are of it off the top of my head. No, it's fine. Because it's not. It's inoffensive. It's like a. It's a sexy.
Is the top note like hand?
Yeah,
like thumb,
totally. It's
thumb, finger.
It's a sexy men's cologne. I can't. This is by Perfumes de Marly. Yeah, let's see. Let me read the actual notes on this. Top notes: apple, lavender, bergamot, mandarin orange. Not getting any of that.
Oh, those are the guys I used to run with in high school.
Base notes: sandalwood, pepper, cardamom, vanilla. Yeah, this is kind of the exact. This is the exact. I was really worried that the perfume with my namesake I wouldn't like. Anyway, what else? I've got some other ones here, but they're less interesting. I specifically wanted to talk about two that I really like for this segment. I got influenced to buy this Gisou it's wildflower honey infused hair perfume.
Perfume?
Yeah, specifically for your hair, partially because it's it's a hair oil sort of.
Okay, got it.
This smells fucking great. Lush Vanillary is the bad version of this. I mean, Lush Vanillary is a honey scent that gives me a headache. This is the version of it that doesn't give me a headache, and I fucking love it. It's really great. But I gotta give a shout out to maybe one of the cheapest perfumes that I own, and honestly, one of the best. Britney Spears, Midnight Fantasy.
Really?
Yes, the Fantasy line and all of the flankers, because there's like 20 of them. I haven't tried all of them, but they're fucking great.
Wait. So this is a different line that has a Britney Spears scent, or it's her line?
This is her line of perfumes that they've been making since the early 2000s, I think, at least.
Okay.
The original one is Fantasy, which is this bottle, but hot pink. This is
it's not
the flank.
There's not one called Smell Me Baby One More Time? Really?
Sadly, no. But
come on.
I like them because they all look like mana potions.
Yes. Oh, yes.
This one in particular, Midnight Fantasy, is off the top of my head, plum, general berry, cherry, with a little bit of vanilla in it. Because this weekend I was like, I need to stop wearing. I have so many perfumes. I don't want to just wear the same two that I wear all the time, which is Madagascar vanilla and I Am Trash. I want to get some value out of these other ones that I like and I don't wear a lot. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to commit, because this is a very girly, fruity, bright scent that honestly leans a little like young, whereas I like ones that are sophisticated and older smelling, and definitely ones that verge on unisex. This shit slaps. It's so good. It's delicious. It makes me happy. It smells like a Claire's or a Limited 2. It's like mainlining to the year 2008. It's really nice. So for anybody who likes fruity, girly, happy scents, these are like, I think this bottle was $10.
Wow.
And it lasts on your skin all day and on your clothes for longer. In terms of value, don't spend $200 on a super expensive perfume for the same size that has like no sillage and I don't know, it smells like
sillage. What is that word? What sillage?
Sillage is like how much it
spell that
projects.
With a C or an S?
Sillage. Actually,
I've never seen this word.
Yes, that is a big one. It's let's see, what is the difference between sillage and projection? Sillage is the trail of fragrance leaves behind you as you move, and projection is the scent your fragrance puts out all around you. So projection is the area of effect, I guess. But yeah. So yeah, highly recommend it. If you like really fruity girly stuff, this is the one for you.
Now, okay, I'm going to ask you a perfume noob question.
Okay.
When you put on perfume, how do you do it?
Pulse point, both wrists.
Just take a couple shots.
Yeah, health restored.
Yeah.
Pulse points of wrist. This is honestly apparently not even the most effective spot to put it. This is like classic watching your mother or grandma do it, because the classic is that on your neck.
Okay, so bam, bam, bam.
Yeah. But I'll do that. I'll do spray under my hair and then one on chest. And that's
what do you mean under? Like from the front or in the back? Or
like doing that so some of it's on my hair
neck.
and some of it's on back of neck. The hugging space.
I see.
So yeah. And then some of them, like there's some things that smell really, really good on fabric that it will just linger for a while. So I like doing a bed perfume that you just give a little spritz over your bed before you go to sleep.
That's an interesting idea.
Yeah, it's like making your bed smell nice for a bit.
I have to say, if we can redirect the conversation for once to be about me, I've been thinking about scents because, as we discussed last week and briefly this week, I am growing some hair in places where there wasn't hair before. And I think I'm going to get a beard oil for this, which I've done in the past. And, it's coming, it's like, it's there. It's long enough where I need, it'd be nice to have it a little bit softer. Yeah. And I need to find an oil and a scent that I like. And I traditionally dislike a lot. Like when I've tried to look for this in the past, I've had a hard time finding a scent I like, because a lot of the like quote unquote manly smells are fucking awful.
Yeah.
And
yes, they are. And also for something that's going to be right under your nose, that's especially important.
Exactly. So I need help, or at least I need options. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time thinking about this, but I have been thinking about it in the last week. It's like, okay, I should start lubing up the smooch zone, and
Yes. I feel like, well, you said you like eucalyptus. That feels like a pretty easy one to go for.
Yep.
I feel like as inoffensive and as lightly scented as possible is probably the way to go, because a little's going to go a long way.
Yep. I mean, it's just like a drop, and then you just like rub it in,
I feel like going for like aquatic scents is kind of like the classic.
Oh, pool boy. Yeah.
Yeah. I like aquatics. They're nice. Aqua di Gio, one of my favorites of all time.
What does that smell like?
For like my knowledge of men's colognes, like there's just a certain zone where I can't quite pin it down, but it's just like sexy man. And Aqua di Gio is like,
I mean, this sounds like me. Yeah.
Aqua di Gio is like freshly showered,
so
sexy
dismissive.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Whereas I smell this LAYTON on my hand still, because it truly did get all over my hand, and I don't mind, because this is like a sexy older man. Aqua di Gio is like sexy younger man who just got out of the shower. This is like, this guy is cool and he's got a snifter of brandy is how I would describe it.
That was the Aqua di Gio, or no? That's the
no, that's the Leighton. The Leighton.
Where I don't even know where to go is part of the issue here. Like where does one find these things? Like every time I've gone into a like shave store, it makes me lose my mind, because the branding is so dumb.
What, you don't love Dr. Squatch natural beard oil?
Oh my God. Yeah, that kind of shit. Or it's like, like wood and bourbon, which I realize are two of the scents that I discussed liking, but it, but it's obnoxious. It's obnoxious, and it feels like it's this like neo Ron Swanson type bullshit, which
it's like a toxic masculinity.
That's exactly
vibes.
It. Yes, it's like, we're growing our beards, boys. Let's make them all wet. It's like, I don't really want that.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if you can get like the equivalent of a perfume discovery set where you get these, but for beard oil. There's got to be, right? Because then you could try some stuff and see what you like and what you don't like before you commit to a big bottle.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not in that zone, but if listeners are, I'd be curious.
Yeah, I
to
recommend
see what they recommend.
a beard oil. Also, I'll be on tour pretty soon, and I can maybe, if I'm coming to a city near you, recommend. Do not give me beard oil. I will not accept scented oils, and put them on my face.
Yeah, because someone's going to give you inexcusable evil.
Yeah, it mixed with Nair, which is also my favorite drink.
Nice.
A Nairtini.
It's good for your stomach lining, I'm sure.
Yeah, it removes all the little hairs inside you. Your body's full of hairs.
Well, you know what? Frag Grenade was we got a lot more mileage of it out of it than I expected. One might say that segment had great sillage.
I think it did. I liked it a lot. I feel, we've occasionally discussed things sort of adjacent to this, but I don't think we've gone deep. I like the idea of coming up with a signature scent,
Yeah, in terms of how we talked about ones for each of us. And yours probably smells really good, and mine is probably pretty offensive.
See, when I think of, and I know we've talked about this on the show, when I think of your scent, I think vanilla is what I think of, because I think you wear it a bunch. Is that what I'm? Yeah. I mainly wear vanilla stuff, and I also wear vanilla lotion, because putting lotion down before putting fragrance on sticks better. Right. But I would be surprised if you associated any scent whatsoever with me.
No.
Yeah. Which is good in a way, I guess.
Yeah. I think it's honestly generally better to not have a scent.
Because if you were like, I don't know, barf, I would be upset.
Yeah. I think anybody would be upset to be associated with barf scent.
Yeah, probably. Yes, I like this segment a lot. And given that it took up 45 to 50 minutes of the show, I think this
Easy peasy.
It's one of the longest segments we've ever done. That was great. Now
honestly, I'm shocked.
You said you came in with some juice. Did you have other things you wanted to talk about? This is obviously a Just Us episode.
Yes, it is.
This one we're a little down to the wire on this recording. It's 2 days before this episode's going to come out, and we wanted to do a freshie, as we call them in the business. And
well, Brian, that's really interesting, because that is in fact a whole realm that's like fragrance forum shorthand. Freshie.
Really, I didn't know that. Tell me.
Freshie is like the equivalent of, not necessarily the equivalent of like aquatic for a unisex scent or like a men's cologne. A freshie is like girl equivalent, like a light freshie. Glossier U is a freshie. Dolce & Gabbana light blue freshie. It's just like something that's kind of light and clean and smells like shower. So anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Well, we're doing a freshie app here, and we were debating various gimmicks, etc. And you said we didn't really decide on anything. And when we started today, you said you had, quote, some juice. So was there anything else you had on your list of stuff that you wanted to get into today?
Yes. What was another one? So I was driving around running errands the other morning, waking up. I do my errands in the morning, and I took a turn onto a side street, and there was a guy opening the door of his car, and a creature jumped out in front of my car.
Uh-oh.
And it was a large creature. This wasn't like in the I would hit this zone. It was like a little bit further away. And my initial thought was, that's a really fucked up dog. It wasn't a dog.
Oh, I want to guess so bad.
Yeah, go for it. Try.
Give me what, like four-legged creature?
Yeah.
Possum.
The size is totally off.
What's the size? Is it big?
Yeah.
Capybara.
Still too small.
Still too small. And it's not a dog. Elephant.
You're not going to guess.
Child.
four-legged.
That one creature from the Darmine Doggy Door commercial from I Think You Should Leave. the pig in the Richard Nixon mask. I don't know. What is it?
So I realized as it stopped its movement that it was a goat. This is not.
Why wouldn't I have guessed that? I would have guessed that.
Well, because I don't think you guessing is interesting.
That's different. That's a different statement. I feel borderline offended that you think I couldn't have gotten to.
Well, then it's a letdown.
Okay.
When you get to goat, because it's not just that it was one goat. I was like, damn, that's a fucked up dog. Slowed down, realized, okay, that's a goat. And then I turned my head slightly. The goat had not jumped out of a car. It had jumped out of a trailer that was made up and painted and augmented to look exactly like a red barn with a window at the top, out of which leaned like 5 other goats.
Wow.
I wasn't really sure how to integrate that information.
Wait. Where are you again when this is happening?
I'm in my neighborhood. I'm in my car. I'm driving home with groceries.
And this car is parked.
Yes.
And a goat
and a door has opened.
Yes.
Yes. A goat leaps out.
And there's more goats inside that have not yet exited.
Inside. Yes. I wasn't really sure how to react to that.
Wait. Relatedly, perhaps, Rachel was driving. When did this happen to you?
A couple of days ago.
A couple of days ago, over the weekend, Rachel was driving towards downtown LA, and on the side of the road saw a bunch of goats, which she has never seen before. And then I Googled like bunch of goats Los Angeles, and something on the LA Reddit, which I didn't even know existed until this weekend, was like, hey, were there a bunch of goats by like, I forget where it was. It wasn't near you, it was somewhere else. And someone was like, yes, I saw the goats. And I wonder if the goats you saw are related to, or perhaps the same goats that Rachel saw.
Well, first of all, there's apparently a company called Party Goats LA, where you can rent goats.
Yeah, for your party. And other stuff.
Book our goats.
It turns out that they do have a kind of client blacklist where they won't rent to certain people for reasons that are specious at best, and I think just amount to a personal vendetta against cool people. So I wouldn't recommend that company because of how they treat attempted returning customers for no good reason.
There's a good chance that I'll have to text Rachel about this and find out where she saw them, because they might be the same goats. I don't know. Anyway, but when I was running errands this morning, saw them again.
In the same truck? In
the same trailer, yeah.
Wow.
So I don't know what's going on. If they're there the next time that I'm driving that way, I am slowing down and taking a gander, because what? I hope they're okay. But clearly they've got their own special little thing going on. It's all made up. So I imagine that they probably have space to roam as well.
I know sometimes they use them to clear up brush and things like that, right? They let them loose and let them chomp up, stuff.
Good for them.
Yeah, I like a goat.
Me too.
I'm decidedly pro goat.
They're the ones with the weird W eyes, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Why are they like that? That's crazy.
All right. Top 5 goats. Do we have the same number 1, Black Phillip?
Oh, I hadn't even thought of that.
Black Phillip,
sure,
number 1 goat.
I agree, though.
Sure.
Number 2 goat. Screaming goat. Any screaming goat.
Any screaming goat. Yep. I like
when
that.
They scream and they fall over.
Yep.
Great.
I think that exhausts my list of known goats.
Yeah, I can't think. Known goats. An alleged goat. Yeah, I can't think of any other goats.
There must be famous goats, right?
The yodeling goat from the movie Hoodwinked. That's my number 3.
Never seen it.
Yeah, I know you have
That's
it.
like the Little Red Riding Hood kind of
That looks like shit.
Shrekified Little Red Riding Hood. Yeah.
That movie fucks. It's great. It's ugly as hell, and it's honestly up there with Shrek for me in terms of funniest animated kids movies.
Is it? Is it really?
Yeah, I'm serious. There's a Mike's Mike video about how good Hoodwinked is.
I was just rewatching the pilot to Eastbound and Down, and in one scene, Danny McBride, aka Kenny Powers, is sitting with his brother and his brother's family, and they have a baby who it's revealed is named Rose after Rose from Titanic, and Kenny Powers looks at one of the other kids and goes, "What's his name? Fucking Shrek." And it's such a great Danny McBride.
North Carolina production, baby.
I know. Yeah.
Also,
Eastbound
isn't
and
Matt
Down is
Watson
great.
in it?
That's Vice Principals. Matt Watson is in the Vice Principals premiere.
That's great. My dad worked on Vice Principals, so
Right. Yeah. I believe Matt doesn't have a line. You can just see him in a group of kids, like they're like hanging out in the woods. I remember like once I heard it, rewatching it and being like, oh my fucking God, there he is. Yep.
God bless him.
I know. What a cool opportunity for a kid just to be on a set like that.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I got to walk around sets. Was I in anything? No, I wasn't in anything, but getting
Did
to
you
walk
wanna
around
be?
No. But I got to walk around the sound stages for One Tree Hill and Dawson's Creek, and those are some pretty crazy sets, especially for a child. Like, that's very magical.
Did you get to meet Joshua Jackson?
Which one is that?
Pacey, I believe.
Maybe.
From Dawson's Creek.
This is gonna air, and my dad's gonna text me a story about this, so I don't know. But Chad Michael Murray was always really cool to me.
Who is he?
He's in one of them. I don't know.
Yeah. See, this is, I only know Joshua Jackson because of Fringe. And then people are like, oh, that's the guy from Dawson's Creek. And I believe the name is Pacey.
Yeah, got it.
But I missed out on all that. That era of television was not, for many reasons.
You also are not the target audience. Yeah.
Well, one of the many reasons. Yeah.
Well, we've gotten to the hour mark. Is it time for segments?
We can do some segments. As we say, in the business, let's have segs.
Can you say that while you're doing the scary face?
I don't think I can talk when I do the scary face.
Try.
Okay, hold on. I can't close my mouth when I'm doing the smile, but I'll try it. Let's have. Hold on, I can't get through it.
Yeah. Keep going.
Let's have segs.
Perfect. No notes.
Did that deliver?
Yeah, it did.
I wish I had a really long tongue so I could do like a blah kind of thing while I was doing that.
Well, yeah, that would be a Drax them sklounce situation.
Well, obviously, that's what I was thinking of, Leighton. Drax them sklounce.
Yeah, you got to get the tongue like half out for that.
Yep. Oh, think about it 12 times a day.
Yeah. No, that occupied, because so many of the we've talked about this a million times, but so many of the lines in that, eating like Diane Keaton, perfectly league well.
Yeah,
these are all things that I'm thinking all the fucking time.
League well. No, that's the last thing I would like. Well, our first segment today. Well, not our first segment. Sorry, our second segment today is brand new for 2025. We've been trying it out, and I think like Frag Grenade, I think it's got legs. I think we're going to keep it around on the pod for a little bit here. Just I'm always open to feedback, constructive feedback. Of course, none of the ad hominem attacks that I'm so used to getting via email. But if you have genuinely constructive feedback, I'm happy to entertain thoughts on whether we should keep or not keep this particular segment. It is, of course, our pop culture recommendation segment. This is where you get to talk about a book, a movie, a video game, a fragrance, even. that you've been enjoying recently. And the name of the segment is What's Poppin'? And the theme song goes here.
What's poppin'?
What's poppin'? Layton. WP.
Well,
which stands for What's Poppin'?
WP for me, I'm going to pretend that we didn't talk about it on the minisode yesterday because this is a real main feed recommendation that I'm very emphatic about. What's poppin' for me is the Watchmen TV show because I jumped from Lost to trying to watch The Leftovers, which I think as people who even really like the show say season 1 is a little rough before you get into seasons 2 and 3. So I took a break on that to watch the also Damon Lindelof Watchmen. And I was hesitant because I was like, I love the graphic novel. I don't want to watch superhero shit. I'm so glad I watched it. It's so unbelievably fucking good on every front. It's one of the most solid seasons of TV I've ever watched. It's only the one season. It's like 8 or 9 episodes. Couldn't put it down. I mean, it's amazing.
Wow,
the score, cool. the Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross score, amazing. The needle drops, amazing. Acting, writing, production design, costuming, it's all incredible. If you like Lost at all, and especially if you like kind of the messing with time and memory episodes, there are multiple of the episodes in the Watchmen show that are basically the constant episode of Lost, which is, you know, widely considered the best one, and not just in Lost, but in all of television. It's amazing. Like, even if you haven't, I think you could not have read the graphic novel and jump into it easily, but if you are a fan of the graphic novel, which I think many young nerds are, I certainly was, it is such a loving and thoughtful adaptation of the text to the point that, like, I went back and I reread the graphic novel, and I'll probably watch it again just to catch the little things that I didn't pick up on before, because it's such a great, not just Easter eggs, but the extrapolation of, you know, like, how would this play out if things played out as they did in the graphic novel plus 30, 40 years. I think it's really, really well done and very enjoyable. So Watchmen show, watch it. Who watches the Watchmen? You should.
Watch it, man.
Brian, WP for you.
Well, this actually was popping for me this week is an
WP
album
actually
that
stands for wet pussy.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah. Great. I mean, speak for yourself, I guess. I'm
definitely not.
What? No, that's fine. Look, I hold space for you and your reactions. I forget how this came across my radar, but I was dicking around on the internet as one does, and I saw someone mention the album 4 Freshmen and 5 Trombones from 1956. And the 4 Freshmen are a vocal jazz group known for tight harmonies. And this album apparently was, I think it's the first album Brian Wilson ever got. And he cites it as like one of his favorite albums of all time. And basically says there's a direct line from this album to the Beach Boys. And I put it on, and this album is a fucking miracle. It is, I mean, it literally is 4 men, four people singing, 5 trombones, 5 trombone players, and a small rhythm section. And it's all like jazz standards. And it's some of the best vocal jazz arranging I have ever heard. And to take such a weird ensemble, 4 singers, 5 trombones, and a rhythm section, and make it not just work, but work beyond, you know, any expectation, it's incredible. And I like the singing is so good. I'm generally not much for. I don't pay a lot of attention to vocals. I'm much more interested in the instruments usually. But but this is just like undeniable, spot on, tight harmony singing. And it's, great songs, incredible, weird arranging. I love it so much. And you will listen to it and you'll be like, oh yeah, I hear the Beach Boys. I hear all the Brian Wilson stuff in it.
If you had to recommend one song for listeners to check out from that album.
Opening track is Angel Eyes, and it's really, really good. I mean, let me pull up the tracks here. What else? Oh yeah, Speak Low is on this. Our Love Is Here to Stay is on there. And then a bunch of other songs that I'm less familiar with. But Angel Eyes is great. It's all great.
Okay.
Like, I cannot recommend it more highly. And it's one of these albums, like, when you think about what was going on in 1956 in terms of pop music, maybe I just don't know enough about the era. It does not sound to me like the 50s. It sounds to me like the 60s. Like, It has that kind of cool jazz sort of vibe, which I associate with a few years later. Yeah.
When you said the title of the album, I thought that it was like a 2 Girls 1 Cup situation, and I was curious how 4 freshmen were going to handle playing 5 trombones.
Well, it turns out there's 9 people.
Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. Although the idea of 4 people trying to play 5 trombones is interesting.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's not just one guy's playing 2; it's way more involved. And like, you can't really get into it because they don't even know how they do it, but it works.
Legally, they can't tell you how it's happening.
It's like, have you ever seen like Rahsaan Roland Kirk or someone like that, where they play 3 saxophones at the same time?
No.
Yeah, there's some people, for a sax, you really only need one hand to change the notes. And so there are pictures of Rahsaan Roland Kirk with like 3 saxophones in his mouth. It's fucking awesome.
Wow, throat goat, huh?
That's it. Yeah. Cool. So that's what's popping
that's the 4th goat on our list.
Throat goat.
It should be number 1 in our hearts.
All right.
Now it's time for our 3rd and final segment, which is 3 parts gratitude exercise, 1 part petty grousing. The name of the segment is Peaches and Lemons, and the theme song goes right here. Peaches and Lemons. Peaches and Lemons. Is that the best that I've introduced this segment?
It was pretty
Probably.
good. I mean,
thanks. I try.
I think it's up there.
It only took 260 episodes for me to not completely butcher it, so.
Mm-hmm. Hey. Hashtag winning, as they say.
Yeah, as people are constantly saying.
Yep.
So we'll start with a lemon, which is the thing that is a minor bummer or annoyance. I'll go first because mine happened right before we started recording. And honestly, I had some, but they weren't as good as the one that I'm about to say, which is that there's a bunch of stuff that I've been trying to organize on my floor behind this room divider that I have not gotten around to. And I was opening my window just to get a little fresh air in here after the inexcusable evil incident. Mm-hmm. And because it was lingering. But I got over here to open the window and I stepped on something and I heard a crack. And I was like, I think I just stepped on some like a plastic, whatever. I reached down and I picked it up and I had stepped on glass screen protectors that I was going to put, not in like, I didn't get injured. Like they're all in the little foam packaging that those are all in. Yeah. But when I heard the snap, crackle, pop, I was like, I just stepped on like a wrapper of something that was just there. No, I had gotten some Steam Deck screen protectors that I guess I was going to put on there, and not anymore because I stepped on them. So that is my lemon. What's your lemon?
I was debating what to do. I talked about it a little on the mini, but I guess I'll just say it again. I accidentally showed Audrey a movie that had a scene that very much upset her. And it was one of those things. It was Rumble in the Bronx, the Jackie Chan movie, and a movie I've never seen, but is billed as an action comedy, and it's like a Jackie Chan, kind of martial arts type thing, and they're generally pretty tame. And this one was pretty tame, but it had a scene where it is strongly implied that a guy gets put in a wood chipper, and they don't really show it, but they show a guy's reaction to it. And this poor kid was very upset by it. We had to stop watching the movie. Lots of hugs, lots of distraction and stuff. And it made me feel like a complete monster. Even though I know it's just something that happens occasionally with kids, but I still feel really bad about it. And she's over it now, but it was a rough night where she was very upset. Ugh. So, and it's 100%. It's just like, I picked the movie. I mean, it's just the only person to blame is me. And, I just feel bad for upsetting my sweet little kid.
Well, the next time I babysitter, I'll show her Fargo.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, we watched that scene. I was like, if you think that's bad, yeah.
Check this shit out.
Yeah, watch this.
This is called exposure response prevention.
Yeah. That's my lemon. Sorry, Audrey.
Good one. All right, time for peaches, which are 3 things that are yippee, yay, good, happy, excited, good. Well, for all that I did a really good job of introducing the segment. I
you
really
sound so
on
enthusiastic
that one.
about it, too.
Yeah, yippee. Well, to be fair, when I'm walking around my apartment doing things, a very frequent one is just yippee.
Yep.
So, my first peach, this is another thing that we talked about on the mini, but got to see Takanaka on Sunday with Aaron and our friends Matt Mercer and Marisha Ray. We got some KBBQ beforehand, worked ourselves into nice little meat comas, and watched one of the greatest guitarists of all time put on an incredible concert. Crowd energy, insane. And he and his whole band were incredible. And then they ended the night by playing the Star Spangled Banner, which
great.
This is one of the craziest crowds I've seen. Like the amount of into it and wholesome positive energy, and you could feel the opening seconds of that. There was a very nervous, on edge feel to the crowd, but as it continued, the vibe turned. By the end of it, everyone was so into it, and it is the first time that I have felt patriotic in over a decade because of this elderly Japanese man just shredding the shit out of it and telling us that he hopes a beautiful rainbow appears over the mountains of Los Angeles. Whew. So, first peach, it's that. Second peach is just shout out to, these are the 2 that I have on hand. Shout out to any lip product that has glitter in it. I love it. It's just nice.
I don't think of you as a glitter lip type person.
I know. I am there's a specific level of glitter that I like. Too much and it's not good. So I guess maybe my peach is more specifically subtle, glittery lip products. Good stuff. Love it. The all-time for that was Becca Glow Gloss. Rest in peace, Becca the brand. You don't exist anymore, and I will hold on to the tube that I still have of it that is clearly expired, smells expired, but it is the best subtle glitter payoff of any lip product I've ever used. So
interesting.
But rest in peace, Becca. Third and final peach is that my corpo job contract got renewed for another 6 months. So
that's great.
There's that, and there's another opportunity in regards to that coming up.
Back at Truth Social for another another 6 months. Yeah.
Indeed. So
great.
Those are my 3 peaches. Yay. What about you?
Well, peach number 1, mentioned before, got to have lunch with David Calcano, and what a wonderful person. I just love him. He's such a great guy.
And delicious Cuban food.
And delicious Cuban food at Versailles, and just the kind of like that hour just like flew by, because it's like, hey, what about this? Oh, have you heard this? Oh, it's just like we have similar but complementary tastes in so many things. It's great. Love talking to him. Just a sweetheart of a guy. Peach number 2 is after that meal. So I'm going over to a friend's house tonight. It's not the peach, but it was almost a peach. I was like, I'm going to bring a dessert. Let me look for a dessert place in the area. And I went to what apparently is a little mini chain called Baklava Factory, which was a couple doors down from where I was. I've never been to one of these before, but
Neither
I
have I.
walked in and I was like, whoa, this looks great. So just finding a fun new establishment is always great. Now, it might be terrible. It doesn't look terrible.
Did you
It
just
looks
get
great.
like regular classic baklava, or did you get something special?
I told the lady behind the counter, I was like, just mix it up. I'm not picky, whatever. When she asked, anytime she said, do you want? I said, yes. Do I want pistachio powder? Fuck yeah, I want pistachio powder. Do I want these over here? Yep, I want those. Do I want the sticky ones? Yep, make them stickier the better. Like, just put it all in there. So
I'm excited to see how they are, because I think that, I try not to order food from delivery apps, and especially if I'm going to do it, I want it to be an entree that I can eat for several days.
Yep.
But there are a ton of dessert places on there, and every once in a while I am tempted, and I never order from any of them because it's like the cost to
it's
what
insane.
you're getting
No.
ratios.
it's like
is nuts.
$50 for two baklava.
Yeah, like, no, not gonna happen. But Baklava Factory always pops up when I'm like lustily scrolling through to dissuade myself just looking at the prices.
Yeah.
And then seeing the list of like whatever you can dream of as a type of baklava, they have it.
It looked amazing in there. I mean, like big trays of tons of them. It was great.
And I'm sure it smells incredible.
Actually, it was not super fragrant in there, but it looks great. So I'll let you know how it got. I got one assortment to take to my friend's house, and then the same assortment for my house. So
nice. How does Audrey like baklava?
I don't think she's ever had it. I don't know.
That's so exciting.
I guess that's not true. We've had it from Cantor's before. Is that true? We got Rugala from Cantor's. Do they even have baklava there? I can't remember. But so I don't know. She likes things in that wheelhouse. So we're going to see.
Yeah. Oh, I'm jealous.
Thank you.
And baklava is like one of the best desserts of all time.
Yes, it really is. And it made me, I was just walking away. I don't know much about the particular provenance of this baklava, but it just makes me happy to be in a city where I can go get Cuban food, and then 2 doors down there's baklava, and then if we want to get whatever sushi or something tonight, it's just a big city with lots of options like that. It's fucking awesome. And my final peach is my friend and yours, JP Hassan, has a record out, Hasco Enjoyments, and had a record release show which I played this past Friday. All of his friends, his true friends, were there, and it was a great experience and a really fun show at a place called Healing Force of the Universe in Pasadena, which is a record store / tiny little venue. It's basically a record store with a little performance space, not even a stage, just a little performance space, but a really good vibe. Like a lot of kind of all the cases were like this untreated wood in a really like hip, but not too hip sort of setting. Great sound. They have a grand piano, which we didn't need for our thing, but it's nice to know it's there. Really, really liked it. So a buddy of mine I didn't expect to be there came up from San Diego. It was awesome to see him. It was just a great show with some really nice people.
Yeah.
Yep. And
I'm sorry that I didn't go.
I completely understand. I'm sure you had a great excuse.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys haven't listened to the Hasco Enjoyments record, I cannot recommend it more highly, not just because I play in it, but it is like Neo Badalamenti type shit. And it's great. It is like great. It really, to me, feels like there is something there, as they say. And we're going to be performing more. Actually, if anyone's interested, on April 26th in San Diego at the Casbah, we're going to be opening up for Blackheart Procession. So come to that show at the Casbah on April 26th in San Diego.
That's wonderful.
Yep. And, well, you know what? Actually, I can't say the other thing. They booked something else, which I am sadly out of town for, but I am bummed I'm missing.
Oh, you got to tell me about it.
I will tell you when we get off air.
Which will be momentarily, because that's our show. If you're not if you're not watching the video episode, you are count yourself lucky.
Missing out, as they say.
Yeah, you're missing out.
Yeah, you could hear the air quotes. Or you could watch them. But
Patreon.com/late-night.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, we always plug the Patreon before the show. I always put a little thing in, but we don't often do it during the show. But this is one you want to see. If you only listen to this, you should come over to the Patreon, and I think you're gonna like the way I look.
Have we emphasized enough that you can get the ad-free version of this show on Patreon?
We definitely have not emphasized that enough. Yeah, if you hear the ads and you're like, what? And you don't like them, for $2 a month, you can get the ad-free version of the show. You can get the video version of the show.
I mean, it's a steal. Most podcasts that do ad-free, you're not snagging the whole ad-free catalog for $2.
That's right.
So
no, and you get our entire history of video episodes and all that stuff. So it's it's the kind of deal where if you don't do it, that's fucking stupid. And I'm just gonna say
is it video episodes at the $2 tier too?
It sure is. Yep.
Okay, that's a crazy deal to the point that we shouldn't even be doing that.
We should. My therapist told me not to, but I said no. Our fans deserve it. Because,
and round this out with your catchphrase, Brian.
Because I'm young, dumb, and full of enthusiasm for podcasting with you, Leighton Gray.
I was really hoping you were going to say it feels good and it's good for me.
Oh, that's my tertiary catchphrase. My primary catchphrase is, what up, big dogs? Here I am barking at you. Woof, woof, bark, bark, growl. My secondary catchphrase is the one I just said. I'm young, dumb, and full of enthusiasm for podcasting with you, Leighton Gray. And my tertiary catchphrase is, it feels good and it's good for me.
That's our show. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Leighton Night is produced by Brian Wecht and Leighton Gray. Sign up for our Patreon at patreon.com/Leighton Night. Follow us on Twitter at Leighton Night, on Instagram at Leighton_Night, or email us at leightonnight@gmail.com.